Children by Edith Nesbit.
One day, they had the idea of fetching him wild cherries that grew along the cliff by the mouth of the tunnel. When they got to the top of the cutting, they looked down to where the railway lines lay. It was like a mountain gorge, with bushes and trees overhanging the cutting. A narrow ladder of wooden steps led down to the line, with a swing gate at the top. They were almost at the gate when Bobbie cried,
"Hush! Stop! What's that?"
That was a sort of rustling, whispering sound. It stopped, and then started again, louder and more like a rumbling.
"Look at that tree over there!"
cried Peter. A tree with grey leaves and white flowers seemed to be moving, shivering and walking down the slope. Then all the trees seemed to be sliding towards the railway line.
"What is it? I don't like it!"
cried Phyllis.
"Let's go home!" "It's all coming down,"
said Peter. As he spoke, the great rock on the top of which the trees grew leaned slowly forward. The walking trees stood still and shivered. Then rock, grass, trees and bushes slipped right away from the face of the cutting and fell on the line with a crash that could be heard half a mile away. A cloud of dust came up.
"It's right across the down line,"
said Phyllis.
"The 11:29's due,"
said Peter.
"We must let them know at the station or there'll be a frightful accident."
"There's not enough time,"
said Bobbie.
"What can we do? We ought to wave a red flag."
The girls were wearing red flannel petticoats. They hurriedly took them off and ripped them in pieces so that they had 6 flags. Peter made flagpoles from saplings and made holes to stick them through. Then they stood ready, each with 2 flags, waiting for the train. Bobbie thought that no one would notice the silly little flags and everyone would be killed. Then came the distant rumble and hum of the metals, and a puff of white smoke far away.
"Stand firm,"
said Peter.
"and wave like mad."
"It's no good. They won't see us,"
said Bobbie. The train came faster and faster, and Bobbie ran forward.
"Keep off the line,"
said Peter fiercely.
"Not yet, not yet,"
cried Bobbie, and waved her flag right over the line. The front of the engine looked black and enormous. Its voice was loud and harsh.
"Oh, stop! Stop! Stop!"
cried Bobbie. The engine must have heard her, for it slackened speed swiftly and stopped dead. Bobbie still waved her flags as Peter ran to meet the engine driver. Then she collapsed across the line. "Gone off in a faint, poor little girl," said the engine driver. "And no wonder." They took her back to the station in the train, and she gradually came to life and began to cry. At the station, they were cheered and praised like heroes, and their ears got very red.
"Let's go home,"
said Bobbie, thinking what might have happened to the people.
"It was us that saved them,"
said Peter.
"We never got any cherries, did we?"
said Bobbie. The others thought her rather heartless.